Hello soulmates, yeah, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial video, we'll be teaching you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful dress you're seeing on your screen. If this is what you're interested in, please keep on watching as we get started. And this is the part one of the sewing of the pattern drafting and the cutting tutorial. Please subscribe to the channel so you get notified when we upload part two. So let's get started. I've already gone ahead to rule out all my vertical lines, our shoulder line, our chest line, bust line, under bust line, and then our waistline. So how we got our chest line, the vertical line for the chest line, how to get it? You divide your round bust measurement by 6. Whatever you get, you add 1.5 to it. That's how you get your chest line. So now we're going to be taking our shoulder measurement. My client shoulder measurement is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5, so I've already marked it. And then we're going to be taking the neck width, even though we're not going to be using it, but we'll just mark it, neck width. And then on the shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 0.75. I usually use 0.75. So I'll be coming down by 0.75 for our shoulder slope. Then I'm going to be using my ruler to draw out the shoulder slope, as you can see. Then the next thing we're going to be doing now, we're going to be taking the same measurement that we took on our shoulder line on the chest line, which is 7.5. And I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect from that shoulder slope to the chest line. So now the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to be taking our round bust measurement divided by 4. I've marked it down. So now I'm going to share the armhole line into 2 in order for us to get our armhole curve, and whatever your half point is, we're going to be going in by 1/2 inch. I've done that. Then I'm going to use my curve ruler to draw a curve line that has to form our armhole curve. So the initial armhole line I drew was a bit too long, so I decided to remeasure it and then draw it again. Sorry about that. But it's still the same process. I just went in by 1/2 inch. I'm going to be taking 1/2 inch inward, and then we'll use our armhole curve to draw out. I'm going to be using my curve rule to draw out my armhole curve, as you can see. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just look at what I'm doing and then you get it. So after doing that, the next thing we're going to be doing now is to take our nipple to nipple. My client nipple to nipple is 8, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I went in on the chest line by 8, and then I went to the waistline. I also went in by 4 inches. 4 inches, and then I'll connect it with the straight ruler. So we're going to get our dart. On the under bust, I side towards the center front, I went in by 1/2 inch, both on the under bust and on the waistline. While the side going toward the armhole, I came out by 2 inches, depending on your bust size. If your bust 35-36, you can use 2 inches or 2.5. So I use 2 inches. You can also use 1.5, depending on what works for you. And then on the chest line, I came down by 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to be using my curve ruler to draw a curve, as you can see me doing. Now we're creating our bust dart, as you can see. If you have watched this video to this point, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. So I mark half of my shoulder measurement, and then I'll connect it to meet the dart line, the dart leg, as you can see. So that was the reason why we took out our 3 inches of our neck width, so that we can be able to get our armhole, our shoulder measurement. So half of it. So now I'm going to go up a bit. I went up by 2 inches. You can decide to go up by 2.5 or 1 inch, depends on how open you want your chest line to be. So this straight line I'm drawing now is our new neckline. So we're also going to be taking our darts on our new neckline. I'm going to be taking 0.75 on both sides of the dart leg. Then I'm going to use my ruler to connect. So instead of using a straight rule, I decided to use a slightly curved rule. So that's what I did, as you can see. So now I forget to mention my half length for this front is 15, while my 16, sorry, while my half length for the back will be 15, because I'm going to be taking out I'm going to be taking bust dart, so my bust dart is going to be 1 inches. So I'm done. So now we're going to be taking our round body measurements. Before we do that, we're going to create a sweetheart neckline on our bustier, as you can see. So I'm trying to draw it out. Just look at what I'm doing. So you can start your sweetheart from your butt line, from your chest line. You can start it from anywhere, depending on how revealing you want your chest line area to be. So I start mine from my bust point to give it that curve. So that will be all. So the next thing we're going to be doing now, we are going to be taking our round body measurement. So we already take our bust measurement. So that little dart on the bust line, we're going to replace it back on the chest line, sorry. Then I'm going to add 2.5 inch for my stitching allowance, 2 inch for my sewing allowance. So I'm also going to be taking our waist measurement. My waist is 7.25. I'll mark, and then I'll also replace my dart intake, which is 2.5, and then I'll also be adding my 2 inches for sewing allowance. Next, we're going to be using my curve rule to draw out the shape of the body, to connect all the points together, like so. Now it's time for us to take our bust dart. So from the bust line, I came down by 1 inch, as you can see. Then from that 1 inch point, I'm going to connect with a straight line to meet our nipple to nipple point, as you can see. So in order for me to be able to close the dart, I have to open up the upper part, as you can see. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing, just look at what I'm doing, you understand. So you cut through the chest line, so you cut through the bust line, not the chest line, the bust line. Then you now take it down to that 1 inch line that you drew and then use your masking tape to hold it down. So this way we have already closed our bust dart. See the reason why we cut through the shoulder, so it will be easy for us to take our dart. So you're going to use your ruler now just to blend it out after using masking tape to hold it down. So I'm going to just blend the line. After doing that, next what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be cutting this out. Just look at how I'm cutting it so you know where to cut when you're doing yours. So I just label the center front and the side front. That was my student hand. So now we're going to start with the back pattern drafting. That's our shoulder line, our chest line, our bust line, and then our waistline. For the front, our waist was 16, while for the back, for the front our waist was 16 years, while the back our waist is 15, because we make it 15 because of the 1 inch that we took at the bust point. So now I'm doing what I did before. I came in by 3 inches on my neck width, while 7.5 for my neck, for my shoulder, and then I came in down by 0.75 for my shoulder slope, and then I'm marking the same measurement I have on my shoulder on my chest line. So I'm going to be using my ruler now to connect a straight line through. That line is going to serve as our armhole. So I'm going to be dividing the line by 2. At that point where I divide, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. So that way it will be easier for us to get our curve. Then I'm going to be taking my bust measurement, my bust circumference divided by 4, and mark it. Now I'm going to be using my curve rule to draw out my armhole curve. As you can see, on the pattern drafting, on the pattern paper, I've also ruled out my zipper allowance. Now we're going to be taking our nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4. We take it on the chest line and also on the waistline. Then I'll use our ruler to connect a straight line. Then we're going to be taking our darts. So we're taking 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart leg. Then the next we're going to be doing now, we're going to be taking our round body measurements. If the video is too slow, you can make it faster. So I'll take our waist measurements divided by 4, we'll mark it. We're also going to be replacing our dart, which is 1 inch, we'll mark it. And then we're also going to be adding our stitching allowance of 2 inches. So we also added stitching allowance on the chest line, and then on the waistline we're going to try and reduce. Then we're going to take the body shape now with our curve rule on the side. Then the next we're going to be doing is that we're going to be going up on the chest line by 2 inches towards the armhole. I'm going to go up by 2 inches. As you can see, I went up by 2 inches. Then we're going to rule it out, because when we're doing the front pattern drafting, we're also going up by 2 inches. So at the back we'll also go up by 2 inches, so that it will be equal. So on the chest line I came in by 1.5, That's to avoid bulging at the back. So I've went ahead to cut it out. Sorry, that side I didn't film it and how I dragged the curve. I didn't know that my video stopped. I'm sorry about that. So I'm just trying to show you guys what I did. So I removed the 1 inch. You can remove 1 inch, you can remove 1.5 inch towards the armhole to avoid bulging at the back. And then for the back neckline, I came down to the chest line to create a curve at the back so that I have a nice shape. And then I also remove 1/2 inch for my zipper. So now I'm using the front side to measure with the back, so I see that it's equal because I use 16 for the waist, for the half length for the front, and then I use 15 at the half length of the back because of the bust dart. 1 inch I took on the bust dart, so everything is now equal. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be cutting on our fabric. So just look at how I'm cutting mine. See, I added half an inch all the way around, as you can see. So now the gather part of the skirt is what I'm cutting now. So I use 26, as you can see. Then I'm going to cut it out. So I cut two at one. One will be for the front and the other one for the back, as you can see. So now this is it. So that's all for now. In our next tutorial, we'll be doing the sewing part. Please stay tuned to the channel so that you see when I upload the part 2 of this tutorial, so you watch it and I know you will love it. Stay tuned. See you guys in my next one. Bye.